Take your mask off, please.
No, I'm picking it up.
I need to see under the mask.
You don't need to see under it.
I do, because what if you had something in there?
In trouble searching me without a section?
You're more than welcome to make a complaint.
I will be.
Welcome to the Audit Protocol, where we put misconduct on display, explore police and legal issues, protect rights, and demand accountability. This episode is brought to us by the Gwen Auditor. Be sure to check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. In this episode, the Gwen Auditor was filming outside the Canadian Embassy when police officers arrived, not to investigate, but to dominate. They instantly treated a man with a camera as though he were a high-threat criminal, skipping the most basic legal requirements and diving straight into a search without even identifying a section of law they claimed to be acting under. This wasn't an oversight. It was an arrogant display of power that viewed a citizen's rights as an inconvenience rather than a legal boundary. This complete breakdown of procedural integrity is exactly why he sued them.
Stop there, please.
Am I detained?
Okay. These
Am I
officers,
detained?
this security from the embassy.
Yeah, I'm still in public.
This guy has been observed from the embassy.
Yeah.
So we need to consider a search of him as a terrorism act. To make sure.
You do this, you know what's going on.
So
It's not a good idea. Could you identify yourself, please?
You can see my name here, Lieutenant Corbin.
Okay.
We've had a complaint from the Canadian Embassy that you've been filmed photographing people coming in and out of the embassy.
I'm allowed to film in a
The
public
coronation is
place.
taking place tomorrow, and this is a particularly sensitive
I'm
place.
allowed to film in a public place.
Sorry?
I'm allowed to film in a
You
public
are, but
place.
you're not allowed to gather evidence or material that might be used to support a terrorism planet. Do you understand that?
Well, do you have reasonable suspicion that I'm a terrorist?
Well, because these people have observed you.
Do you have
filming
reasonable
premises,
suspicion that I'm a terrorist?
These people have observed you filming people going in and out through the main entrance to the Canadian Embassy. And there's lots of sensitive people moving around the city at the moment. There's a heightened level of security and a heightened threat in the city. And when we see people filming around diplomatic premises, that gives us cause for concern. Do you understand that?
It could be concerned, but there's no reasonable grounds to suspect that I am a terrorist.
Okay.
The moment the superintendent and his team laid hands on TGA, without uttering a single word, they abandoned policing by consent in favor of a display of raw physical dominance. Ignoring the fundamental question of whether a citizen is being detained isn't a tactic. It's a cowardly evasion of the law by a senior officer whose legal standing appeared non-existent. By jumping straight to a search without asking a single investigative question, the superintendent bypassed every professional stand in the book, proving he wasn't there to gather facts but to suppress a camera. When challenged on reasonable suspicion, his pathetic reliance on the observations of private security exposed his total incompetence.
There's reasonable grounds you might be gathering information
No, there
that
isn't.
might be used to plan a terrorist attack.
What reasonable grounds have you got?
Well, as I just explained to you,
No,
you've been
that's-
observed by security at the embassy.
That's not reasonable grounds.
Filming people
Somebody
coming out of
filming in a
premises.
public place is not reasonable grounds to suspect someone's a terrorist.
Okay. Sarge, you got the information here?
That's understood, yeah.
So
you understand?
Yeah, so
We've got sufficient grounds. It's not just filming a public place. It's almost it appears to them to be targeted. To
It might appear to them, but that's not reasonable suspicion to be somebody who's a
gives us
terrorist.
grounds, yeah.
No, it's not reasonable grounds, that's all.
To
No.
search you, okay?
No, it's not.
So you're now detained for purposes of search.
But we're looking for things in relation to gathering evidence.
Oh, this is an unlawful search. I'm going to
This is a lawful
No,
search
it's not a
under the
lawful
Terrorism
search.
Act.
No, that's not.
My name is, PC Ashton, 3939 Alpha Whiskey. You are entitled to a copy of the search.
Have you not read the
after-
guidelines from the NPCC?
So basically, you're entitled to a copy of the search after it's complete. Frank, just before you have stuff for sex.
No.
It is a damning indictment of the Met's leadership when a citizen has to educate a superintendent on the basic fact that public photography is not a criminal act. Instead of acknowledging this legal reality, the superintendent's decision to huddle with his sergeant for advice revealed a desperate search for a loophole rather than a pursuit of justice. By doubling down, that sergeant proved that the rot of incompetence isn't confined to the top. It's systemic. Their collective failure to inform TGA that their body-worn cameras were recording amounted to a flagrant breach of their own code of practice. By the time they initiated the search while stonewalling questions about NPCC guidelines, they weren't merely being dismissive. They were acting rogue, disregarding national policing standards in real time.
tourist site. This is not an iconic site. It's not something that's on the tourist itinerary. It's a sensitive building, it's diplomatic premises. There's no reasonable excuse for you to be filming the premises because it's a diplomatic premises. It's not something tourists normally do. Which is why we have heightened suspicion around your activity, as my colleagues have
Might not be something that you find interesting, that you would go and take photographs
people
of, but it is
planning
to
a
me.
terrorist attack would find it interesting, and to film the entrances and secure security arrangements around it.
As I said,
why you're being searched.
Do you reasonably suspect that I am a terrorist?
No, we are searching you for any items that might be used for the commission of planning a terrorism act. Do you understand that? You're not being arrested for an offence at the moment, you've been searched.
Which section of the terrorism act have you used? Which section?
More than welcome to look it up afterwards.
No, that's not how it works. It needs to be a section. How it works.
Under the terrorism act, we're allowed to search you in relation to
Doesn't matter,
gathering
it needs to be a
evidence. Sorry, if you just say calm, we're allowed to search it. All because we're looking for things in relation to this, yeah?
You're just searching without a section, are you?
No, trust me.
Oh.
The superintendent's attempt to equate unusual behavior with terrorism is a pathetic stretch that betrays complete lack of legal literacy. Claiming that a photographer might be involved in terrorism while simultaneously admitting that he doesn't actually suspect them is a logical train wreck. Suspicion must be based on facts, not on a superintendent's inability to understand why someone would film a building. The officer on the ground had the sheer arrogance to tell TGA to look up the law for himself. This wasn't simply a failure of professionalism. It was a blatant violation of PACE, which requires officers to state the legal power they're using and the grounds for exercising it before laying a hand on a citizen.
You're going to be in trouble searching me without a section.
You're more than welcome to make a complaint.
I will be.
You can honestly look at the acts afterwards if you want.
No, that's not how it works.
Take your mask off, please.
No, I'm keeping it on.
I need to see under the mask.
You don't need to see under it.
I do, because what if you had something in there that could hurt me or you?
Right.
It's all for people's safety. I hope you understand we're doing this for people's safety.
No, I don't.
You're welcome to read all about the terrorist mask, and you'll see. Nothing else
You haven't even given me a
on him.
It's all good there.
Yeah.
You won't be getting any details from me, Sergeant. I'm not required to give any details. I haven't broken the
You
law.
are
No, I'm not.
give details.
No, I'm not giving details.
But you know, like, it's one of the things under PACE, Code G, that is, if we don't have name or identification, we can arrest you.
Arrest me for what?
And then we just get for not giving name or an address.
I'm not required to.
No, you are under PACE
I'm not
Code G.
required to.
Okay.
You might want to
Take your hands off. Just keep your hands where I can see them, please. Honestly, just turn everything in, please, mate.
No.
Why not?
Are you actually going to arrest me?
I didn't say so. Well, why can't? But you know, under PACE
I'm not
Code G.
required to. I have my right to privacy. I don't need to give you my details.
When the officer smugly told him to file a complaint, he wasn't offering advice. He was admitting that he'd rather allow a taxpayer-funded legal department to clean up his mess than simply follow the law in the first place. The demand to remove the mask was a classic safety bluff. Claiming that a piece of fabric constitutes a hidden threat is a bottom-of-the-barrel excuse used to strip away a person's anonymity when there are no legal grounds to do so. It's an insult to everyone's intelligence to suggest that a face covering, in itself, poses a danger to the public. Yet this officer used that argument to justify physical overreach. The most egregious aspect was the outright lie that TGA would be taken to a cell for refusing to provide his details. He weaponized the threat of arrest to extort a name he had absolutely no right to obtain.
So you're wrong.
Why would you not
might
want
want to check that because you're wrong there.
Why would you not want to give us?
Because I'm not required to give you my
No, but
details.
regardless of what, like, why do you not want to though? Realistically, you can stop.
Because I'm a
like this.
private person, I'm not required to give you my details.
But if you're a private person, why do you think it's okay to go around filming everyone?
Because I want to. I have a right to do
He's
so.
not giving name and details.
It's this, it's done nothing.
There we go. See?
It's right to.
Thank you, Sergeant. Could you remind your colleague, because he said he could arrest me if he didn't get my name and address. Yes, you
I
did.
said
It's on camera.
things on PACE Code G is if there's no name and identification, that's something that we can look to use later down the line.
Yeah, if there's right thing, search paper, anything. But at this stage, I'm happy that there's nothing. There's nothing.
Am I okay to take? Am I still detained? Am I okay to take my box?
No, you're not detained anymore. Thank you. I hope you.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries. Take care.
The Gwent auditor confirmed that he received a payout in relation to the specific incident, which serves as the ultimate validation that the police conduct in question was indefensible. By acknowledging that he was compensated, he highlighted that the Met didn't merely make a human error, They committed a series of actionable legal wrongs that their own legal department could not defend in court. The final moments of this encounter were perhaps the most revealing, as a junior officer continued aggressively pressing for personal details until a sergeant finally stepped in and shut him down. This sudden reversal, with a notepad and pen being put away the moment a superior officer acknowledged the law, exposed the earlier threats of arrest as a complete and utter bluff. It should never require a sergeant's intervention to prevent a police officer from unlawfully extorting a citizen's personal information. Yet here we witnessed a clear lack of basic legal knowledge on the front line. Ultimately, the Gwen auditor walking away with both his equipment and his anonymity intact represented a victory for civil liberties. The superintendent's performance was an embarrassment to his rank, demonstrating a total disregard for the distinction between unusual behavior and genuine criminal suspicion. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me continue my independent coverage. Also, don't forget to check out the Gwen Auditor. His channel is linked in the description, so be sure to show him some support. Thanks for watching. This was the Audit Protocol, and I'll see you in the next one.